Poison.
You've made it, no more climbing. Okay. Just a little note, any of the bricks you see here in this section, most of them are over 1900 years old. So we're definitely not to jump on them or anything like that. But where you are, this is one of the most sacred spots of ancient Rome. If we were here around about the 8th century before Christ, there would have been 200 to 300 men and women living up here. Down on the road, that was a swampland full of malaria and viper snakes. It's not that nice. And the majority of the hill had a cliff face around it, like a lot of the hills of Rome. Now they say there's 7 hills of the city. There's a lot more. These 7 are the closest together. Each hill has a tribe of men and women living on them. This hill is in the centre. The other hills run in a semicircle around us. This tribe, big advantage over everyone else, and that's because of the river Tiber. We are the closest to it, to the far corner. And the only natural crossing point for about 100 kilometres. So our tribe can tax travellers and traders who are using it. They're being very wealthy. At this point, nobody knows who these people are, but they do speak Latin, like a lot of tribes from Rome down to Naples. Everything changes on the 21st of April, 753 BC, according to the Roman legend, because that's the day that Remus dies, leaving Romulus, his twin brother, the only leader of this area. You may have heard of the legend of Romulus and Remus. Cutting a super long story short down to 30 seconds. A princess, also Vestal virgin, called Rhea Silvia, in a kingdom called Abylonia, 30 miles away from Rome, gives birth to twins. They are going to be killed because their father is the god of war, Mars. So the king of Abylonia is scared that these 2 boys could grow up, take over the throne, so he wants them killed. Rhea Silvia fears for the life of the boys, puts them in a basket, pushes them into the Tiber. They float, safe and sound, and land on a riverbank at the bottom of this hill. A lupa discovers them. Lupa can be translated as a she-wolf or even as a prostitute. The Romans keep with the she-wolf side of the story, much more interesting. And then a farmer and his wife finds the boys, scares away the wolf, brings them up by themselves to about the age of 20. And that's when they become famous. So everyone realises who they are and where they're from. So Romulus becomes the leader of this tribe, Remus the leader of the Aventine Hill tribe. You can just see straight across the trees in the distance, that's the Aventine Hill. And the valley between these 2 hills is the great chariot track Circus Maximus, the Formula 1 track of the day. Great chariot races were held there. But Remus dies. Some say by an accident, some say Romulus murdered him. Either way, he dies on the 21st of April, and that's the day we celebrate Rome's birthday. Because Romulus is now the lonely leader, and Romulus names his people and his little hill fort village that we're standing on after himself. Romulus Romanus Roma, Romulus Romans Rome. Now, I think it's important you know this next bit. You've got the 3 stages of Rome. The 7 kings, Romulus being the first, then it goes into the time of the Republic, then just before Christ is born, the Empire, first emperor being Augustus. When Romulus died, there's 2 more Roman kings after him, but then you have 4 Etruscan kings. Etruscans were enemies of Rome. They ruled from the north up to Florence. Peaceful takeover, but the Etruscans taught these villagers all their technology. How to build roads, irrigation, drainage, and much more advanced bronze work. So by 600 BC, still in the period of the kings, the Roman tribes got together and made their first major building project. They called it the Cloaca Maxima, which in English means your large colon, large intestine. It's because it's a big drain. They built this drain in the next valley. Cholera, malaria, the viper snakes paved the valley floor in stone. This valley is now the middle of six of the 7 hills. Equal distance for these tribes to come down and meet.